Bring him in. Bring him in. Is he,
Completely under. Have you washed down the room?
Oh, 3 times. I trust it approaches antiseptic.
I'm sure it's fine, Henry.
Now, you mustn't fault me for being nervous, Kurt. I've never been through anything like this before. Instruments. Have you everything you need?
Henry.
But what about extra hands? Perhaps I should have asked Elizabeth to help us.
Henry, calm down. We have everything we need. And as for Elizabeth, she'd only tried to tell me how to operate. Calm down. There's nothing to worry about. Relax.
If you say so. We're ready for you now.
What's going on here, but I hope this isn't another one of Beau's tricks.
No tricks.
Oh, Asa, you startled me.
I heard your car pull in. I couldn't wait to say hello. I thank you so much for coming, Renee.
Well, not that I had much choice. I was on my way to Holden Towers to meet Cassie, and your chauffeur pulled up alongside me, leaned out of the car, and asked me... No, he actually told me to follow him.
I told my driver not to scare you.
I wasn't scared for myself. It's you, Asa. That's why I agreed to follow him. Is something wrong?
Well, who said anything was wrong? From where I stand, things couldn't be better.
Oh, stop it.
Joanna, I'm hurt. Didn't you like your wedding present?
You haven't changed a bit, have you, Garth?
Thanks, I can say the same for you.
I didn't mean it as a compliment. You're still all hands, except for that smug little grin. I hate to disabuse you, Mr. Buckley, but you're not nearly as sexy or amusing as you think you are.
You should know me better than that. I wasn't trying to amuse. And as for being sexy, well, that's something we never had to work on, is it?
Excuse me, Miss Kelsey.
Hi.
You have a message from Renee Devine. She sends her apologies and asks you if you can meet her later at your apartment.
Oh, I guess I don't have much choice, do I? All right, thanks.
You will.
Oh, excuse me.
No, excuse me,
Well, I guess we were bound to bump into each other.
Bound to. Of course, I didn't expect it to be quite so literal.
I hope I didn't hurt you or anything.
No harm, no foul. You okay?
I'll dance again.
You're always a hell of a dancer.
Look, I have to go. I have a business meeting. Bye.
Cassie, wait.
Rob, I am really not ready for a heavy-duty discussion here.
Neither am I. I just want to ask you to do me a favor.
A favor? Are you serious?
It's not for me. It's for your own good. Cass, I want you to drop the investigation you're doing for Renee. Now, I know you have your professional pride, but believe me, this is the best for everybody.
All right, Rob, I heard your request. Now, here's my answer. Not on your life.
I'd forgotten that right cross of yours.
You put your hands on me again and you'll discover that the left isn't too bad either.
Well, there's no need to warn me of that. Underneath that genteel facade lurks a woman who does precisely what she wants. It's one of the things I love about you.
If you think I won't tell my father...
Tell him what? That his loyal assistant finds his daughter a turn-on, and vice versa.
You arrogant pig. As if I've ever found you remotely attractive.
The lady doth protest too much.
I am married, Garth. Happily married. Even an egomaniac like you can see that I'm in love with someone else. Now, the world is filled with willing females. Go find someone else and leave me alone.
Joanna, for such a bright lady, you can be so slow. Other women don't interest me. Only you.
Why? Why would you want a woman who doesn't even like you?
The truth is, it's not that you don't like me. You're crazy about me. Or you can run. But you cannot escape the truth. Sooner or later, you'll have to face the fact that you want me as much as I want you.
Asa, I don't understand. If everything's all right, why send your chauffeur looking for me?
Do I need a reason to want to see you, Renee?
Asa, you and I have a very unusual history. And thanks to certain people, it hasn't been very pleasant lately.
You're talking about Bo.
And Dr. Bruno, they both made it very clear they don't want to see me anywhere near you.
Well, Dr. Bruno does act like a mother hen, and Bo thinks he always knows what's best for me. But that's just it, darling. Bo was out of town for a few days, and Bruno's out for the evening. I figured you and I could have a secret rendezvous, and both my watchdogs none the wiser.
Is this Asa Buchanan talking, the man who does what he likes and damn the torpedoes?
I am doing what I like. I'm entertaining you tonight. Just you and me.
But Asa, if you want to see me again, why sneak around like a couple of school kids? Why not tell your son and the doctor, and if they don't like it, too bad for them.
Well, why cause a fight for no reason?
Asa, don't you remember? It wasn't that long ago that you didn't want to see me again. You paid to try and get me out of town.
I did what? Oh, come on, Renee, you must be exaggerating.
Asa, you accused me of poisoning you. And what was so painful in all that is I thought I'd lost your love.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Poisoning, payoffs? It had to be some kind of a misunderstanding.
Asa, listen to me. You wouldn't listen to anybody else. Please, remember, Bo did his best to come between us. Oh, Asa.
Renee, whatever went wrong, we can set right ourselves. I don't want a civil war in the family. And I just hate arguing with Bo. And Dr. Bruno, he's done wonders for me.
Wonders? I can see that.
And besides, what's wrong with us acting like a couple of kids now and then? And I like the idea of a clandestine meeting. Just you and me.
Strange. You do seem happier.
I am. And I'm mighty glad you came here.
So am I. So am I.
Oh, Renee.
Nigel, would you tell him we're here?
Renee, what's wrong?
Someone's coming. So much for our secret rendezvous.
Is it really necessary for me to wear this getup?
Despite the makeshift surroundings, I'm still performing surgery.
Lie down on the table so we can get this over with.
Why are you so anxious, Henry? I'm the one going under the knife.
I want to see this finished so we can go on to the next phase of our plans. Now lie down, please.
Henry, could you roll that small work table over here so I can administer the anesthesia?
Yes.
What anesthesia?
Relax. You'll be unconscious in no time.
Like hell I will.
You must let Kurt put you under in order to perform the surgery.
Oh, yeah, and you'd really like that. Wouldn't you me out cold on this thing? You could do whatever you wanted to me.
You know exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Using the real Bo's knee as a model, I'm going to give you the exact same scar on your knee.
And you can do that while I watch you.
Don't be absurd. You can't lie there awake during the procedure.
Are you a doctor? No. You're a nervous millionaire with a lot to lose. And frankly, my dear Henry, I don't trust you.
Listen to me.
The same goes for you, Herr Doctor. Give me a local.
All right. If you insist, we'll do it your way.
All right. Let's get on with it then, huh? Enjoy living while you can, Bo. Because once this operation's over, I'm gonna be your exact double. There's no reason to have you around anymore. I'll be the one and only Bo Buchanan.
How much longer, Kurt?
Can't rush an artist. I'm not removing an obstruction. I'm adding a missing detail.
A crucial detail. When I think of how we overlooked that scar on Bo's knee, could have given everything away.
Well, fortunately, we found it in time.
Fortunately, George Vasquez made that pathetic attempt at blackmail. If he hadn't stolen that picture of Beau showing the scar on the knee...
Yes, but we did find it, and now we're correcting it. One small scar for our Beau. One giant step towards everything we've worked for. Sponge. Sponge, Henry! There's no glory without the little shedding of blood. You taught me that. Well, the scars have had more than enough time to heal.
Well, does that mean that I finally get a chance to see myself?
Your new self, if you're ready.
I'm ready. I tell you, Doctor, I'm not the type of man that shocks easily. I've already mastered my new voice. Now it's just a matter of getting acquainted with my new face.
Now, I must warn you. The first sight is always a shock, no matter how ready you think you are.
Are you sure you've thought of everything?
It's a perfect match, believe me. Not even your mother will know who you are.
My mother? Who cares about her? Let's just hope that the real Beau's father can't tell the difference.
Well, I'll let you judge for yourself. Your first look at the new, improved Beau Buchanan. I told you, it's quite a shock.
Doctor, I knew you were good, but
It's a remarkable likeness, if I say so myself.
Remarkable? No, this is absolutely incredible. You know, if I didn't see this with my own eyes...
Not your eyes, not anymore. With implants and special lenses, your eyes are now Beau Buchanan's.
You're a genius, Doctor. And I don't use that word lightly. I really do look like him.
No, my friend, you are him. From now on, you're our Beau Buchanan. All right. It's done.
Is that all?
I told you, a simple incision. Yes. Now all we have to do is wait for the scar tissue to form. As you can see now, you really are the perfect Beau Buchanan. Now nothing can stop us.
It's quite simple, really. You think you love Robert, but it's not the real thing. You can't approach what you feel for me.
You mean that hate is stronger than love?
Your love for me is the deep, passionate kind. What you feel for Robert, that's obligation.
Oh, really? And why should I feel obligated to him?
You're missing the point. The obligation is to your father. Now, you've convinced yourself that you care about Robert because that's what your father wants. But in your heart, well, we both know how you really feel.
Did I call you arrogant? It wasn't nearly harsh enough.
Call me what you like. At least I don't use people in the name of love. Admit it, Joanna, that's what you're doing to Robert.
You can't begin to understand what I feel for him.
No, I can't. I can't understand you pretending to care about the guy while you lead him around by the nose.
I don't have to listen to this.
Damn it, Joanna, you don't love him. And what burns me is that he doesn't know what he's missing. But I know.
You think you know everything, don't you?
I know you. I know what you're worth. And it isn't some title or your father's money. The woman inside. The one you keep locked up like the crown jewels of England if you just let her out.
You don't know me at all. I love Robert. I have never been more certain of anything in my life.
Keep talking. Maybe you'll convince yourself.
I don't have to. With every day that goes by, I love him more and more. Now, if you can't accept that, that's just your arrogant pride, not mine.
All right. You'll have to see it yourself. In your own time. But you will. And as your father's indispensable right-hand man, I'll be around for a long time. Sooner or later, you'll wake up and you'll come to me.
Never. My father may have need of your ego and your conceit, but I never will.
Never say never, my darling.
How did you hear about the investigation I'm doing for Renee?
I have my sources. But listen, the point is, you're not going to uncover anything. All the snooping you do, it could be dangerous.
Now, that's kind of a contradiction, isn't it? On one hand, it could be dangerous. I'm not going to find anything. On the other hand, someone wants it stopped.
Cass, I'm just trying to protect you from getting in over your head.
What gives you the right to protect me from anything?
Look, despite what happened, I still care about you, and I don't want you to make a mistake.
I already made a mistake, Rob, by letting you back in my life. But you're out now for good. So please, keep your advice to yourself.
Cassie, wait.
So admit it. You're not sorry that I twisted your arm.
I'll admit it. But then you only had to give it a little twist.
Meaning you're glad you decided to have dinner with me?
Meaning I'm starved.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
I'm just kidding. The dancing as stars was wonderful. I didn't want to end the night.
Well, good. That makes two of us.
So you were asking me about my work.
I was? Oh, yeah. So how's your Center for the Blind coming over at the hospital?
Well, we're way ahead of schedule. You know, I thought it was going to take so long for things to get together, but...
But things are getting together, huh?
They seem to be. But, I mean, I don't know where things are going to go from here.
Never know.
Are we talking about the Center for the Blind, or are you...
Flirting with you? Yeah, I'm definitely flirting with you, but that's okay, because you're flirting back.
You know, that is not fair.
What?
I know this game. You see, first of all, you get me interested, and then I start to respond, and then you just...
You know, I tried to explain all that to you.
I don't want your explanations. You know, I have had it about up to here with your explanations. I mean, I think it's just time to do something about it, Cord. So what's it gonna be?
Calories are tasteless, and they can't really refresh your breath. So could that mean that anyone who chooses a 6.5 calorie Certs over a 1.5 calorie Tic Tac?
You know, you're not making this very easy on a fella.
You had easy. I thought you wanted something better.
Oh, I do. Believe me, I do. And I'm sorry if I've been stringing you along.
Then why do you always stop right when things are getting started?
Well, again, I'm sorry if I've given you that impression. I do want to get closer to you. Much closer. But I promise you, when the time is right, we can...
We can what?
Listen, you just don't move. I will be back in 2 seconds. Rob is here, and I really need to...
Rob, I don't
just
believe
for
this.
2 seconds, believe me.
Rob, you okay? I mean, I saw you talking to Cassie a little bit earlier.
Is that a good sign? Oh, it's a sign, all right. Falling rocks, slippery when wet, dead end, you name it.
Man, I'm real sorry to hear that.
I just wish that someday I'll be able to tell her the truth, and someday maybe she'll be able to forgive me.
Listen, in all this, did you ever get a chance to voice your objections to this investigation that she's running?
Oh, I politely advised her to end her investigation. She told me what to do with my advice.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I guess that's, you know, pretty predictable.
Yeah, but it doesn't lessen the danger she's in, especially if she keeps digging any deeper. Cord, can you keep an eye on her for me?
Rob, you know I'd do anything for you, but right now my hands are kind of full.
You know the only reason I married Joanna was to protect Cassie, but if she won't let me near her, then what?
All right, look, I promise. I will do what I can, all right? I will keep an extra special eye out for Cassie. Listen, why don't you join Sarah and I for a drink?
No, thanks. I have to get back to the castle. I have to keep up the act of the loving husband. Thanks for all your help, Cord.
Hey, don't mention it, man. We are in this thing together.
Well, look who's here. Two uninvited guests.
Vicky and Clint, what a nice surprise. Well, yes, it surprises all round. We didn't realize you had company, Asa.
I didn't realize I had to announce it. What's the problem now?
There's no problem, Pa. Vicky and I were down at the Banner surveying the damage caused by the explosion, and we thought that,
We thought we would stop by and see how you were doing.
Well, as you can see, I'm talking and walking, can tie my own shoes. So I think you both go home now.
Well, actually, there's no need for them to rush off.
I can give 1 or 2 reasons offhand.
But don't pay any attention to him. I'm the one that has to be going.
Oh, Renee.
No, Asa. I promised Cassie that I'd meet her to talk about... Well, to talk about something very important. But I promise you, I'll keep a lookout for your limo. And the next time, I won't put up such a fight. I'll follow him. Good night, Vicki. Good night, Clint.
Night, Renee.
I'm terribly sorry if we interrupted something.
You should. Of course you did.
Pa, we didn't... Well, the thing is, we didn't realize that you and Renee were seeing each other again.
And now you know. And I don't want any lectures about how she's not good enough for me. Because what she supposedly did is forgotten.
Fine, Asa, if that's how you want it.
That's how I want it. Now, what's the real reason you stopped by?
Well, it's like we said, boy, that, hell, I never was any good at, trying to fool you. While I was doing some cleaning up on the mess down there at the Banner, I came across those reports that I'd read, and, you know, about the offshore oil reserves.
The Yorker project, yes. What about it?
Yeah. Well, Pa, that project, those oil reserves are worth 10 times what Bo's trying to sell them for. You can't sell them, Pa. No matter what Bo says, you can't sell them.
He's already sold them.
What did they do to you?
I don't know. I'm okay, though. How about you two?
Well, they kept digging me in another room, and they wouldn't tell us where they were taking you.
Did they hurt you?
No, darling. It's, they gave me an injection, and I started to go out, but I was able to fight the effects of this drug long enough that I could hear them talking.
Who?
I swear, one of them had to be this Lord Henry Layton. The guy had an English accent. Anyway, he was saying something about, it was all a blur, but it was like, the other Bo is almost perfect.
The other Bo? What other Bo? Maybe I was right before. Bo, could you have a double? Someone who looks so much like you that no one can tell the difference between the two of you.
Delilah, don't start that again.
No, I don't know that she's wrong this time, darling. From what I overheard, it sounded like this Lord Layton has seen something about me. I don't know, a mark or something that his people overlooked. So that's why they drugged me. They wanted to match up this phony double.
Okay, well, if that's true, why are they doing this to us? I mean, why are they going through so much trouble to begin with?
Here, just hold your voice down.
Why?
The mirror, remember?
Lord Layton saw us through that mirror. He also talked to us through the microphone. Now, we have to be careful about what we say.
Congratulations, Mrs. Garrison. You and your friends have put half the puzzle together.
Layton, what the hell do you want?
Patience, dear boy. You still have the other half of the puzzle to work out. And it's much more surprising.
Let me tell you something. I don't care whoever you are, whatever you're after, you're never gonna get away with this, Layton.
You're most amusing, my hot-blooded friend. But for now, I'll bid you and the ladies good night.
Layton? Layton, listen, I'm talking to you. Why are you doing this to us?
Look where Starkist is going.
Everywhere with our single-serving pull-top can, it's the perfect way to take delicious Starkist prime tuna fillet with you wherever you go. At work or play, travel light.
With Starkist.
I told you, you must stay off of that leg.
Yeah, and I told you I'm not gonna lie around on my back while you two louse up the rest of our plans.
I think we've been very successful so far. After tonight, we'll be closer than ever to our ultimate goal.
Hear, hear.
You're very pleased with yourself, aren't you?
Why not? After having created and perfected you, I fulfilled a long-standing debt, haven't I, Henry?
Almost, Kurt. Almost.
You know, it's been kind of a curiosity to me, just how you two are connected. Just now, a little light went on.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, is it that bad, Doctor? Was it a little malpractice, maybe an accidental death on the operating table?
No need embarrassing the good doctor. Kurt had a crisis in his career a few years ago. The Swiss government were most unreasonable about it, until I stepped in as a personal favor.
And now that favor's repaid, thanks to me.
Don't think my aims have been purely selfish in doing this.
No, I know you're a dedicated man of science, Doctor.
You're right, I am. Why, I might even be in line for a Nobel Prize.
Well, why not? We're all about to see our dreams come true. Very soon, Elizabeth will get back her beloved Sanders chemical, not to mention her revenge on Asa Buchanan and his family.
And you, Henry, you'll have all the money you need.
It isn't the money, but what it can buy. Security and respectability for my daughter. No one will ever again dare challenge Joanna's place, even in the finest society. And we haven't forgotten you, Beau. You'll have your own personal revenge on the Buchanans, and on one of them in particular.
Mm-hmm. And that revenge is going to be very sweet. I can't wait to see them watch their whole empire just drift away. And then to watch them crawling towards me, just begging for a little crust while I devour that whole delicious pie.
Revenge is sweet, no doubt about it. But we can't enjoy it yet. We'd best go downstairs and rest that leg. You're supposed to be out of town, remember?
Out of sight, but not out of mind.
All right. All right, we'll do it your way this time.
Beau, you spend the night in the quarters we prepared for you down there. Kurt, I'll contact you later. And again, well done.
It's all right. It's all right, Emma. Cassie's expecting me. Oh, darling, I am so sorry I had to cancel our earlier meeting. I hope this time is okay.
No, as good a time as any.
You okay? Any luck with our Atlantic City liar?
No. I mean, yes. That's why I asked you to meet me here. Now, I checked my date book to see the date that Beau accused you of trying to drug Asa. Then I called Sherry, the gambler's girlfriend I told you about this afternoon.
And did you find him?
No. But it seems that gambler came into a big bundle of money that same week. Now, he tried to tell her that he won it at the crap tables, but she didn't believe him. The guy is a loser from way back.
And he didn't win the jackpot shooting dice.
No. Sherry was right. Now, somebody paid him off to make that call to you saying you owed him all that money. The same person who paid off Mr. Kaiser.
And obviously that somebody is our very own Mr. Beau Buchanan.
Renee, it seems that way, but I am really having a hard time trying to understand his motivation. Now, Beau is a very loyal guy to his family and his father. Now, why would he change like this?
Honey, now is not the time to psychoanalyze him. Right now, we have to prove what he's done.
All right. I told you, Sherry kicked her boyfriend out, but we've got people looking for him.
And what about Mr. Kaiser?
John has contacts looking for him, too.
Oh, the trouble is, once we find him, what's to make him tell the truth?
Well, if Beau bought him off, we can always buy him back. Whatever it takes, Renee, we're going to clear your name.
Honey, it's not just clearing my name. It's Asa. We have got to protect him from his son, Beau, before it's too late.
Okay, fine. Enough about Rob and his love life. What about ours? That is, if we're going to have one.
You think I forgot that question you just asked me a little while ago, right?
No, I don't. I think you're great with questions. It's the answers that seem to throw you a little bit. So I'm going to make it very simple.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Now, you see, I can answer that.
Hallelujah.
But I'll have to answer it with a question.
That's it. I can only take so much of
Now,
this.
wait a minute. You didn't even bother to hear what my question was. Can you come up to the cabin with me tonight? See, I left the lens up there last time I was at the family reunion and everything.
I see. You want me to go up to the cabin with you to help you pick up your stuff?
Technically, yeah. But, you know, it's a real long drive up there and an even longer drive back. And we may have to spend the night. I mean, if that answers your question.
think so.
But it does create an even bigger question, if you ask me, because if we do go up there and if we do spend the night, what does that do to our little rule about going too far or too fast?
Why don't we just wait and see what happens?
The best undressed bodies of 1988. What are they wearing? The barest essentials. What else are they wearing?
He sold him? After he promised me he wouldn't make a move without discussing it with me first?
Oh, hell, son. I bought the Orca Reserves 10 years ago for a fraction of what Bo sold them for.
That's still just a fraction of what they're worth now, Pa. Don't you see what he's done?
Yes. He's made us some money.
No, he has manipulated this whole damn transaction, and I want to know why.
I'm sure that Bo had very good reasons, honey.
Well, I sure as hell want to hear what they are. And better yet, I'll just call him right now. What's his number, Pa?
Search me. Bo left town for a few days.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me he didn't tell you where he could be reached.
Are you suggesting that I've forgotten it?
No. No, Ace, of course not. Honey, he didn't leave a number with us either. It must have just slipped his mind.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Sweetheart, please, the deal is done. I'm sure you can wait another day or two to talk to your brother.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to, aren't I?
And when you find him, Bo was going to give you a very good explanation of what he did.
Oh, well, he always does, Pa, but this time I want the truth.
Vicky, Clint, I'm so glad you're here. I didn't like leaving our patient alone.
Our patient is not an invalid, Doctor.
No one said you were, Asa. This time you said your goodnights and went up to bed.
Now, just a doggone minute.
Now, Pa, you're always telling me to be patient and understanding, huh? Well, now it's your turn. Tell him, honey, don't question the doctor's orders.
That's right.
You want to get better, don't you, Asa? Then you have to follow the regimen I have prescribed.
3 against 1. All right, Doctor. I will get my little teddy bear, and I will crawl into bed. Because you always know what's best.
You're sure you won't join me, Garth?
Thank you, sir, but I've had my limit for the evening.
I am sorry I wasn't around to greet you on your arrival.
Well, that's quite all right. I was able to amuse myself.
You were always resourceful, and never more so than lately. My word, the job you did. Secreting the real Bo and the 2 ladies from England to Landview. Why, it's pure genius.
That's what you pay me for, Lord Henry.
No matter what I pay you, it's not enough. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I would be lost without you.
Well, I'm just glad that things are going so well.
Yes, our plans are going very nicely.
One thing did surprise me, sir, if you'll excuse the presumption. Joanna's wedding. I always thought that I'd be invited.
Oh, I do apologize for that, Garth. Well, you know Joanna, as impulsive as ever.
Yes, sir, I know Joanna all right.
Well, she and Robert, they wouldn't wait a moment longer. And since I didn't want to deny them their happiness, I encouraged them to marry right away.
Yes, of course, I fully understand. Lovers aren't the most rational people in the world.
Oh, Garth, please do be seated.
Thank you.
Tell me, do you think I'm too indulgent of my daughter?
A father's prerogative, sir. Especially a father with so many other things weighing on him.
The weight has been considerably lightened, thanks to your efforts and Joanna's happy marriage.
I only hope your doctor agrees.
Shh. No, now. Remember, you're the only one besides Dr. Brunner who knows about my heart condition.
I'm sorry, sir. I only meant to...
No, don't worry, Garth. My heart's never been better. At this rate, I'll not only outlive my doctor's gloomy prediction, but I'll outlive my doctor.
Lord Henry, have you seen Joanna? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were busy.
Oh, darling, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done.
I haven't done anything yet.
You know, when I came in here, I detected that something was wrong, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out that his name might be Rob Coronel.
Renee, I am over Rob. I don't think about him. I really have gotten over the whole thing. Who am I kidding? Yes, of course it is Rob. Who else gets me this way?
You want to talk about it?
This afternoon, while I was waiting for you at the Holden Towers, guess who walked in?
Oh, darling. And was he with the fine lady, what's her name?
No, that didn't make things any better. Especially when he asked me to do him a favor. Can you believe it, Renee? He actually asked me to drop the investigation for you.
What? How on earth did he even know about it?
I don't know. He wouldn't say. He told me that he wanted it stopped, that I was getting in too deep, that it was too dangerous. Yeah, talk about nerve, right?
Actually, I was thinking of another word altogether, more like love.
Love?
Honey, it is so obvious to me. If he is this worried about you, he's still in love with you.
No.
Cassie, listen, darling,
Renee,
where are you going?
Any love that I had for Rob or he had for me, he killed when he married Joanna.
Cassie, listen to me,
Renee,
please.
it's over. It's dead. Dead.
Even people who love potato chips are surprised at how good Keebler's new Oh Boise's taste.
Oh, Boise's are open.
Robert, please come in. You remember my associate, Garth Buckley?
We met a long time ago in London. How are you, Garth?
A little the worse for wear from the jet lag, but I'm adjusting. Good to see you again, Robert.
I was just telling Garth how much I missed his help. He'll be an invaluable addition to my work and to our lives here in Stonecrest.
I'm looking forward to it. I only hope that I don't get in the way.
Nonsense. You're the soul of discretion.
How long do you plan to be with us?
As long as Lord Henry needs me. But I'm forgetting my manners. I understand that congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
Can you believe it, Robert? When Garth and Joanna were carefree teenagers, they used to chase each other round the hedges of Wellesley Hall.
You don't say.
So you're going to make me blush. Joanna used to love to ride, and she always wanted company. I would simply fill in when one of her many suitors wasn't available.
No, 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 no. She always considered you more her friend than my assistant. Oh, but look, we're boring poor Robert to tears with all this nostalgia.
Actually, I was looking for Joanna. I thought I might chase her around the hedges here at Stonecrest tonight.
What did I say, Garth? Spoken like a happily married man. I'm afraid I don't know where Joanna is. Have you tried the library?
Library? That's much too stuffy for me, Daddy. I've been anointing myself with perfume, awaiting my handsome husband's return.
Oh, you'd never guess they were newlyweds, would you?
No, sir, you certainly wouldn't.
I missed you, darling. Did you miss me?
What do you think?
Call me a sentimental old fool, if you will, but it does my heart good to see those two in each other's arms.
A marriage made in heaven, sir. No doubt about it.
It's no use, Bo. If they found a look-alike for you, there's no reason to keep us alive anymore.
Darling, listen, they haven't killed us yet. Look at all the trouble they've been to. There must be something they still need from us.
Listen, we've got to find a way to get out of here.
No, we've already tried that. We almost got killed.
I promise you, there's not going to be any more botched attempts. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we're trapped if we can just think of a way.
Somebody might be listening.
I don't think so.
What are you doing? What?
I think there must be a microphone right in that speaker there, because whenever somebody's listening to us, I can hear it crackling.
I don't hear anything now.
So the microphone's off then?
Well, it doesn't mean that they're not watching us right now, but at least we know when they're listening to us.
So we're free to talk now? Great. Bo, we have got to get out of this prison that we're in.
I know. But if we can't leave, some way we've got to get word to the outside world that there's somebody impersonating me, that the Bo Buchanan they know is a fake.
So you want to leave a note in a bottle, or you want to send for a carrier pigeon?
No, darling, but what we can do is we can trick this guy into doing something that'll make him give himself away.
Wait. First of all, you're going to have to get to the imposter, right? What makes you think he's going to show up here?
I think he was here tonight. Now, really, he'd have to be if they were going to fine-tune this guy so that he looked exactly like me. Plus, if that's the case, that tells us something about where we are.
Could we be in Landview?
You mean we're back home?
Well, we may be pretty close to it. Now, with any luck at all, this phony is going to pay another visit here. Now, if we can just trick him, you know, give him some fake information, maybe he'll go out and use it. Clint, Asa, someone will catch him on it.
And without any luck, we could blow it again and end up dead.
What choice do we have? If we don't get out of here, they're gonna kill us anyway.
Okay, I can't really argue with that. Deed?
All right, I'm willing to go along.
All right, that's what I want to hear. Now, what we have to do is figure out a way how to trick this guy.
Man?
And then we just wait for our chance.
Come on, one more time.
This is unbelievable. This is the oldest trick in the book, Cord. I thought that you were a little more original than this.
Oh, as if I planned this whole thing.
As if.
Hey, let me tell you something, Miss Genius. I borrowed this car from Walt Cooper, that friend of mine over at the Banner, because my car is still in the shop. How was I supposed to know his gas gauge didn't work?
Walt Cooper just happens to be one of your good photography buddies. I know you guys planned this whole thing.
You know, if I wanted to be alone with you in some kind of a secluded place, why would I pick the backwoods in the middle of nowhere when we've got a cozy little cabin waiting for us not 15 minutes away?
Well, a lot of good that does us now.
Fine. I'm going to get us to that cabin.
Where are you going?
Well, we're out of gas, so I was going to hoof it to the nearest gas station. I was going to get us some.
Don't you dare.
Sarah, come on. It's nothing but a couple little wild dogs running around.
A couple little wild dogs?
You know, I have it on great authority that little wild dogs don't like to eat pretty little therapists.
Don't try to flatter your way out of this car. There is no way that I am staying here by myself.
Fine, then you can come with me.
With wild dogs on the prowl? No, close the door.
You know what this means? That we'll probably be spending the better part of the night here.
I don't know, I must be crazy, but somehow I think it beats being a main course.
Well, I guess we better make the best of it then, huh?
Fine. That's our only alternative. I guess we're just gonna have to make the best of it.
Come here. Let me protect you from them wild dogs.